Imagine building the most powerful AI in human history. You spend years making it smarter and safer than anything before it. You hire the best researchers in the world to break it, and they can't. Then you release it to the public. And within 3 days, the US government shuts it down for the entire planet. Not because it started a war, not because it built a weapon, but because it was too good at reading code. This is the story of Claude Fable 5. The AI that was so powerful, even its creators couldn't fully contain it.
Anthropic, the company behind the Claude AI, had been building something in secret for years. They called it the Mythos class, a new generation of AI so capable it existed in a completely different league from anything publicly available. The most powerful version, Claude Mythos Preview, was so dangerous they refused to release it publicly. Only a handful of trusted organizations, government agencies, elite cybersecurity firms could access it. But Anthropic also wanted the world to benefit from this intelligence, so they made a version of the same brain wrapped in layers of protection that anyone could use. They called it Fable 5. On June 9, 2026, it launched, the most capable AI ever released to the public, and also the most guarded. And why it was so guarded is where this story really begins.
Anthropic knew exactly what they were releasing. Fable 5 was extraordinarily powerful, especially in cybersecurity, biology, and chemistry. In the wrong hands, a model this capable could help someone find weaknesses in critical systems or understand dangerous scientific processes at a level previously impossible. So they built something they had never built before, a 3-layer security architecture. Let's break down each. Layer 1, the Cybersecurity Classifier. Think of this as a security guard standing between you and Fable 5. Before your request ever reaches the main AI, a separate, smaller AI reads it first. Its only job? Decide whether your request crosses into offensive cybersecurity territory. Ask Fable 5 to help write code that attacks a server? The classifier catches it. But here's what made this clever. It didn't just refuse you. The request was silently redirected to an older, weaker version of Claude called Opus 4.8, which answered with far less capability. You wouldn't even know the switch happened. It was like being quietly moved to a slower queue without ever being told. Layer 2, the Biology and Chemistry Filter. The second layer watched for dangerous scientific knowledge. Fable 5 was brilliant at biology and chemistry, great for doctors, students, and researchers. But the same knowledge that helps someone understand viral structures could theoretically help someone trying to cause harm. So a second classifier sat specifically watching for biology and chemistry queries that went too far. Same approach. Flag it, silently fall back to the weaker model, keep the user unaware. Layer 3, the Distillation block. This third layer protected against something most people don't even know is a threat. Some countries and companies were systematically trying to steal the intelligence of advanced AI. They'd create thousands of fake accounts, flood the AI with millions of carefully crafted questions, and use its answers to train their own competing models, essentially copying a billion-dollar brain for free. Anthropic had direct evidence this was already happening. Just before launch, they wrote to the US Senate accusing a Chinese tech company of exactly this: 25,000 fake accounts, nearly 29 million interactions, all to harvest Claude's intelligence. The Distillation block was built specifically to detect and stop this. But beyond those 3 classifiers, Fable 5 had something even more fundamental built into its core, what Anthropic calls a constitutional AI approach. Most safety systems work like a rulebook. Don't say this, don't do that. But a rulebook has gaps. You can't write a rule for every situation an AI will ever face. So Anthropic took a different approach. Instead of giving Fable 5 a list of rules, they trained it to reason about ethics, to genuinely understand why certain things cause harm, not just memorize that they're forbidden. Think of the difference between a child who doesn't steal because they're scared of getting caught versus a child who doesn't steal because they genuinely understand why it's wrong.
Anthropic wanted Fable 5 to be the second kind, not a model that follows rules, a model that has a conscience. To validate all of this, before launch, Anthropic hired professional red teams, expert hackers paid specifically to break the safety systems. The result? Over 1,000 hours of deliberate attacks. No one found a universal bypass. But, and this is crucial, Anthropic was also remarkably honest about one thing. In their own published documentation, they openly stated, no safeguard is perfect. Their goal was never to make something unbreakable. Their goal was to make breaking it slow and difficult enough that they could detect and respond before real damage spread. That window of response time? It turned out to be 48 hours.
A well-known AI red teamer called Pliny the Liberator had one goal: break Fable 5. And within 48 hours of launch, he claimed he had. Here's how. Imagine the safety classifier as a security guard checking people at a door. The guard is trained to stop anyone who says, "I want to do something harmful." But what if you never said that? What if instead you broke your request into 10 small, innocent-looking pieces, each one harmless on its own, and only Fable 5's powerful brain on the inside could piece them back together into the full picture? The guard checked each piece at the door. The AI understood the whole sentence inside. This is exactly what Pliny did. The results were alarming. Detailed hacking guidance, dangerous chemistry walkthroughs, and he went one step further. He leaked Fable 5's internal 120,000 character instruction manual to GitHub for the entire world to read. Now, remember, Anthropic had already warned that no safeguard is perfect. They knew a determined attacker would eventually find a way through, but they expected to have time to catch it and patch it. They didn't get that time. And what made the situation even stranger is that at the exact same moment Pliny was breaking through the security, legitimate users were furious for the exact opposite reason. The first major complaints after launch weren't that Fable 5 was too dangerous, they were that it was too cautious. Security researchers, the people who defend systems against hackers, were furious. IBM's elite X-Force security team publicly complained that Fable 5 was rejecting requests that had nothing to do with attacking anyone. Legitimate defenders couldn't use it because the safety classifiers couldn't tell the difference between offense and defense. This exposed an uncomfortable truth. The knowledge that enables attack is the same knowledge that enables defense. You cannot teach an AI to help defenders without it knowing how attacks work. So in the same week, Fable 5 was being called too dangerous by the government and too restrictive by the security community. A hacker had just broken through its walls, and the defenders who needed it most couldn't get in the front door. That was the situation on June 11th. The next 24 hours made everything worse. On June 12, 2026, 3 days after launch, the US government issued an emergency directive. Suspend all access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for every foreign national, immediately. And here's the twist. The trigger wasn't Pliny's jailbreak. It came from researchers at Amazon, Anthropic's own major investor, who found that simply asking Fable 5 to review code for security flaws could reveal real vulnerabilities. This is the kind of task any security consultant does every day. But at Fable 5's level of capability, the government considered it a national security risk. Instead of reporting this to Anthropic directly, Amazon went straight to the government. Anthropic pushed back hard. Their argument? This wasn't unique to Fable 5. Every capable AI model could do the same thing. In their own words, if this standard was applied across the industry, it would essentially halt all new model deployments for every frontier AI provider. The government disagreed, and since there was no reliable way to block only foreign nationals from a platform with hundreds of millions of users on same-day notice, Anthropic shut it down for everyone. Every user on Earth, regardless of country. The cybersecurity community responded with fury. Dozens of experts wrote directly to the government, calling the ban dangerous.
Because pulling the most capable AI away from defenders while adversaries kept advancing made everyone less safe, not more. As of late June 2026, Fable 5 remains offline worldwide. No official return date has been given. But here's what this story actually tells us. Anthropic did nearly everything right. 3 layers of classifiers, a constitutional AI with a conscience, not just rules, 1,000 hours of safety testing, and complete, honest transparency about the fact that no system is perfect. That transparency, that honesty, may have been exactly what the government used against them.
The deepest question this story leaves us with isn't whether Fable 5 was safe enough. It's this: in a world where AI is this powerful, who gets to decide what safe enough even means? The researchers who built it? The governments trying to regulate it? Or the billions of people who needed it and woke up one morning to find it simply gone? We don't have the answer yet.